with coverage you can count on. This is WNEMTV5 News.
Right now, Michigan residents demanding answers and accountability after a black man was shot and killed during a traffic stop.
Whether that deadly force was needed to prevent death or great bodily harm to that officer.
What we're learning from new video released. Plus, a shooting suspect now in custody. What's next in the investigation into the mass shooting at a New York subway station? And tax season is quickly approaching its end.
Child credit, dependent care credit, earned income credit, education credits, those are all big, all complicated, all very pro-taxpayer, but they're not automatic check a box and get a big check.
What you need to know to get your taxes in on time and without any missteps. It's time to wake up Mid-Michigan. It's Thursday, April 14th. And good morning to you. It is good to wake up with you on this Thursday. Hope you're doing well. I'm Blake Keller.
I'm Colette Stinger. We are so thrilled you are inviting us into your home this morning. Thank you so much. Meteorologist John Gross is tracking the forecast. So what's in the weather mix today?
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit windy today. If you haven't stepped outside already, we're definitely noticing it out there. You can see our Bay City camera shaking a little bit due to those winds and a little bit of rain. We had some of that earlier this morning too. But the good news is that's all starting to move out. I think we start to dry things out as we get into the second half of your Thursday. But again, this is going to be our big topic of discussion right here. Wind advisories for the entire viewing area effectively going in effect later this morning, but we're going to have those gusty winds, it looks like, for a good majority of today. So it's mainly going to be a southwest wind. Here's a look at our, where's my trash can? We've got winds right there from the southwest, 20 to 30 miles per hour. Gusts at times again could be reaching near 50. It looks like those winds peak early afternoon, so we could be anticipating a few power outages. And if you have anything outdoors that's not secure, make sure that that is secure. Bring it indoors for today. Pinpoint Doppler from MBS. There's the tail end of that rain. Once we're done with it this morning, we start to dry things out as we get into this afternoon. There's a look at the day planner. A little bit cooler today. I hope you enjoyed the 60s, near 70 yesterday. We're only talking numbers near 50 into this afternoon. Live on time traffic, despite that rain and the gusty winds that we're going to have out there, looks like we're still doing pretty good roadways. So just have a safe commute. Give yourself a little bit of extra time. And we'll talk about how long those winds stick around and another look at traffic coming up in about 10 minutes. Colette and Blake, we'll send it back to you.
I said justice for Patrick! Justice for Patrick!
Protesters calling for justice in West Michigan over a deadly police shooting during a traffic stop. Some downtown stores in Grand Rapids boarding up as demonstrations are planned over the next several days and into the weekend.
Now, the shooting happened on Monday of last week, and Wednesday, police released body cam video of the events leading up to the death of 26-year-old Patrick Lyoya. Now, we want to warn you that some of this footage is disturbing.
4 videos were released of the stop from April 4th, each from a different viewpoint: a cell phone, home surveillance, the officer's dash cam, and body-worn camera.
Now, according to police, the unnamed officer pulled Lyoya over because the license plate didn't match the record for the car. TV5's review of that footage shows him exiting his vehicle to confront the officer.
I'm stopping you. Do you have a license? Do you have a driver's license? Do you speak English?
Yes.
After this confrontation, it appears Lyoya attempts to run away, but is instead taken to the ground where the two struggle.
Police say the officer unsuccessfully attempts to use his taser multiple times on him before shooting him in the back of the head, killing him.
The officer's body cam footage was deactivated right before the shooting. Police say it may have been unintentional due to that area having been hit several times during that scuffle.
Now, Grand Rapids Police Chief Eric Winstrom says that state police are investigating to answer the key question:
Whether that deadly force was needed to prevent death or great bodily harm to that officer.
Winstrom says the officer, whose identity was not revealed, is on paid leave, stripped of police powers pending the outcome of the investigation. State police will hand those results to the Kent County Prosecutor's Office for review.
Now, Governor Whitmer and Lieutenant Governor Gilchrist issued statements in that matter. Whitmer called for people to come together to build a future where Black Michiganders are afforded equal rights, dignity, and safety. Gilchrist says he's just heartbroken by what happened and says Black people across the country are mentally, emotionally, and physically exhausted from generations of struggle.
Still unfolding, the man accused of committing a terrorist attack inside a New York City subway car is in police custody this morning.
Yeah, authorities have not said if they know his motive. Bradley Blackburn has details from outside the Brooklyn subway station.
The man police say shot 10 people in a Brooklyn train station will be arraigned in federal court today.
We were able to shrink his world quickly. There was nowhere left for him to run.
Police arrested 62-year-old Frank James in Manhattan yesterday. Law enforcement officials tell CBS News he called the tip line himself.
I thought it's just another typical New York day, just a random arrest.
This man saw police move in.
He didn't resist from what I saw, which I guess is the best case scenario.
James faces several charges, including terrorism of a mass transit system. He could serve up to life in prison if convicted. Surveillance videos show the alleged gunman walking toward and into the subway just before he carried out Tuesday's attack.
After firing his weapon 33 times at innocent New York City subway riders, Mr. James boarded an R train that had pulled into the station, went one stop up and exited at 25th Street Station.
Police found 2 bags. In them were fireworks, a hatchet, and other weapons, including the gun, which they say was purchased legally in 2011.
As to the investigation into the motive and to look and scour his social media, that's still part of the ongoing investigation.
James' arrest record spans 15 years over several states. Authorities say there is no indication he had ties to any terror organizations. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
It's been my home, it's been my family. I've learned a lot of things from everybody here, many, many things. And it was just a wonderful place to be. If I had it to do over again, I would be here doing it all over again.
And there is no other place that we would have wanted Jay Brando to work. Our colleague and friend passed away Tuesday night. Jay came to TV5 as a reporter back in 1984 and lent us his talents until his retirement in 2011. Funeral arrangements have not yet been announced. Jay was 67 years old. He will be missed.
And more local news. Teams are getting charged up for the first robotics state championships, returning to Saginaw Valley State University. Now, FIRST is an acronym. It's for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology. The event is for high school students, helping them jumpstart their STEM careers. 160 Michigan high school robotics teams will be participating, including Lake Orion's The Dragons. Jay Young is a senior at Lake Orion and part of the Dragons team. The last time she was here was 2019 when SVSU last hosted the in-person championship. This will be the school's 4th time hosting. The previous 2 were virtual.
Well, the last time I was here, I was a freshman, and that experience was made so much better by being able to be around people who were there and encouraging me and wanting me to participate.
This year's theme is Rapid React. Teams or robots compete to score cargo balls into upper and lower baskets and move around the rungs of their hangar. Opening ceremonies already kicked off, so good luck to all of those competing.
Well, listen to this. Freeland Community Schools getting help from the state to provide locally grown fruits and veggies to students. Wednesday, the Department of Education announced the district will get a $20,000 grant. That money will buy Michigan-grown produce for use in school meals.
And today, the city of Saginaw will host a public open house for the 12th Street resurfacing and Walnut Street ADA ramp projects. Now, project engineers, city personnel will be available to answer questions and discuss the construction and traffic control plans. Tonight's meeting will be in the City Hall Council chambers on South Washington Avenue from 5 to 6:30. Anyone can attend. Those projects are set to begin May 2nd.
Well, if you're getting ready for work or to take your little sweethearts to school, here's a time check. It's about 6:08 this morning.
Well, many horses put down after a vicious dog attack. What authorities are now looking for?
And changes could be coming to your retirement. What you need to know straight ahead.
All right, roads are probably wet from overnight rainfall and early morning, but taking a look here at Birch Run I-75, it seems to be easygoing for traffic. And if you are headed out and need to stop for gas, we are tracking average prices in the area. You can see right here. And John has your forecast that's coming up in about 2 minutes.
With coverage you can count on, this is WNEMTV5 News.
Well, right now, authorities are searching for a dog after 2 mini horses were mauled so badly they had to be put down. We will have that story in just a moment.
Yeah, but first, John is here with a look at the weather today. So you said windy. How windy are we getting?
Yeah, it's going to be more windy than people probably would like.
Okay.
We've had our fair share of wind events already over the past several months, and it looks like we're getting another one yet today. There's a live look at Midland, and you can definitely see the flags blowing in the breeze there fairly good. And we're going to be seeing scenes like that fairly common across a lot of mid-Michigan towns today. This is going to be our big weather topic of discussion. It's a wind advisory. That's not effective until 10 o'clock this morning, but like you can see right there in Midland, it's already breezy out there. So we continue with that today. Gusts at times easily reaching 40, even near 50 plus miles per hour at times. So there's a breakdown of your winds. It's mainly going to be a southwest wind today. So we could be anticipating a few power outages as we go throughout this afternoon. Also, like the trash can, make sure that you got any secure or any loose items secure out in your yard, especially as we're going throughout this morning into later today. Pinpoint Doppler from MBS. It's been a little bit of a rainy overnight period, but as we go throughout the rest of this morning, that's the tail end of the rain and then broadening the view. Other side of Lake Michigan back near Chicago, not a whole lot going on. We tap into some drier air today, so I think it looks like we get our fair share of some sunshine. Temperatures going to be a little bit cooler. Hope you enjoyed the 60s yesterday. We're talking 40s near 50 as we get into this afternoon. Now, despite the rain and that wind that we have out there for this morning, it's still looking pretty good right there on the roads into some of our northern communities. We are tracking 2 crashes at this point in Genesee County. We got some information on that for you there near Bollinger Highway in the northbound lanes and also near Linden Road, reporting 2 crashes. So just take it easy, drive safe, especially high profile vehicles today. We'll take a look at how long those winds stay gusty and another look at traffic in about 10 minutes. Clinton Blake, back to you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, John. Authorities are looking for a dog that they believed attacked 2 mini horses in Saginaw County's Thomas Township. Now, those horses were so badly injured that they had to be euthanized.
Animal control officers are afraid the dog on the loose could attack again. Now, the man whose mini horses were attacked did not want to be identified, but he tells TV5 the tragedy started with shock, then anguish, and then anger.
Yeah, the mini horses named Duker and Casey were still alive after the attack on Sunday.
I think the most horrible thing about it was Duker laying there on the ground, kind of crying to me to help me, and not being able to do anything about it.
That is truly heartbreaking. The horses had to be put down as a result of their injuries.
The horse owner says one dog who investigators say was not involved in the attack stayed behind, but another dog believed to be the aggressor got away.
It's a white and black dog, medium weight, believed to be a mix of pit bull and unknown mix, but a medium-sized dog. They estimated about 50 pounds.
Bonnie Kanicki, the director of Saginaw County Animal Care and Control, says she's not sure where the dog is from, but if anyone sees a dog on the loose matching that description, they should act quickly, call 911, Saginaw County Animal Control, or the Thomas Township Police Department.
And today, a former Saginaw County Animal Care and Control Director embroiled in controversy appears in court. Lisa Stuffel is accused of embezzling between $1,000 and $20,000 while serving as director for nearly 2 years. Stuffel resigned back in 2018 after a TV5 investigation revealed that she lied on her job application. Stuffel appears remotely at 3 this afternoon.
Across Michigan, Oxford residents are gathering today to discuss the current school safety plan and how things may need to change for the next year. Parents and students will talk about the need for an independent and public review of the school's current safety plan following the shooting that killed 4 and injured several others in November. Those there will talk safety concerns, learning loss, and mental health.
Now to the coronavirus. The recent rise in COVID cases of the BA.2 subvariant has prompted the federal government to extend the travel mask mandate.
That applies to travel on planes, trains, and buses for an additional 15 days. Elle Barnett has more.
The CDC making it official, saying at its recommendation, the TSA will extend the travel mask mandate for 15 days, which pushes its expiration from April 18th through May 3rd.
Candidly, it's time to let the masks go.
Speaking before the announcement, Delta CEO Ed Bastian explained why he's been pushing for the requirement to end.
I feel very strongly that the mask mandate should be lifted and that individuals, including our own employees, make their own decisions.
But passengers speaking to CBS News have a different view.
I just feel safer flying and being in tight quarters with a lot of people with a mask.
Considering that the numbers are actually going up, I think it's a very smart idea.
A recent poll found 60% of Americans support a travel mask extension. And the spread this month of the BA2 subvariant of Omicron is why the CDC says its order is still needed, determining its next move based on upcoming data of hospitalizations and deaths.
People are just so angry and frustrated that unfortunately we have been the victim of assaults both on and off the aircraft.
Lynn Montgomery is the president of Southwest's Flight Attendant Union, which opposes travel mask extensions, citing the thousands of unruly passenger incidents during the pandemic, most over masks.
There's a direct correlation between the mask mandate and unruly passenger incidents on board, so it's something we'd like to see lifted.
Now, there is also an industry push to have the administration drop its requirement for incoming international air travelers as well. But despite all of that pressure, those tests and these masks are still part of our travel reality for now. Errol Barnett, CBS News at Reagan National Airport.
More local news now. Bishop Robert Gruss is on a mission to grow and expand schools in the Saginaw Catholic Diocese. Now, the initiative is called Our Catholic School, Centered in Christ, Committed to Excellence. The bishop says it will focus on 4 key areas.
Part of this whole new initiative is really to take a look at our Catholic identity, enrollment, marketing, and the governance of our Catholic schools so that we, as a total diocese, can really lift up, our Catholic schools across the diocese.
Now, the diocese has 12 schools with more than 2,000 students. To support the growth initiative, Bishop Gruss will expand the Catholic school office and create 2 new positions. Krista Willards, the principal of All Saints Middle and High School in Bay City, is excited about that initiative.
It means that we can draw more students in, maybe some students who couldn't afford a Catholic education, and it should be available to everyone, the opportunity. And so it means that our teachers can get a little bit better salary, which is wonderful, and it helps us to attract those young up-and-coming teachers from college.
And the initiative is in its early stages, but they plan to appoint a council to support the Office of Catholic Schools. That body will work in collaboration with school boards and committees to address retention and recruitment of school staff and faculty.
Diesel mechanics and technicians looking for a new place to work can stop at a career fair today. It's in Owasso. It's at Baker College's Auto Diesel Institute from 1 to 2. That's on South M52. Multiple businesses will be there to advertise open positions and accept your resume.
That's great to hear. Jobs are available. They're out there. We are so thrilled that you're jump-starting the day with us. TV5 News time is about 6:37.
Well, Grand Rapids businesses boarding up as demonstrations and protests underway after the police killing of a black man. More on that video that was released still ahead.
And check it out, roadways look a little damp. There's a little damp out there. That's Saginaw from little early morning sprinkles, but so far so good. No major issues reported as traffic does start to pick up. If you are on the move, it should be easy breezy, no problems. Check out your drive times right there. And John has your morning drive forecast in about 2.5 minutes.